Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Henry Berman, CEO of Exponent Philanthropy.
14-year-old Ricky was from a single-parent household, living with his mother because his father was an alcoholic and retired gang member. His two older brothers were high school dropouts, and his oldest, who was a high-ranking gang member, would beat him up when he was young in order to make him a man. As a freshman at Roberto Clemente High School in Chicago, Ricky was often getting suspended. And after he finally got kicked off the baseball team, Tony DiVittorio, a social worker, convinced him to join the BAM program. BAM, or Be a Man, combines traditional counseling methods with martial arts to build the confidence and self-esteem of participants. And it's the kind of program the EEE Foundation from Deerfield, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago and a longtime Exponent Philanthropy member, has long supported. And I'm sure many of you fund similar kinds of programs in your communities. Well, starting in 2001, the EEE Foundation took a calculated risk by investing $20,000 to help fund a small nonprofit called Youth Guidance, which was running the BAM program. $20,000 to help 12 students. Now, as small community-based programs often do, and I'm sure you've experienced this as well, BAM grew slowly. And then in 2009, a University of Chicago crime lab study showed that BAM participants achieved higher graduation rates, improved academic accomplishments, and showed a 44% reduction in violent crime arrests. So in short, BAM worked. Now, at the suggestion of Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel, President Obama visited students in the BAM program. And later, he described that as a life-changing experience. And he was inspired to create a presidential initiative called My Brother's Keeper. Meanwhile, BAM has been growing and flourishing to the point of 2,200 students in over 40 schools. The program has funding to the tune of over $10 million and has inspired a program for girls called Working on Womanhood, or WOW, as well as programs in other cities. So starting with $20,000 to help 12 students, the EEE Foundation amplified their impact by helping a small local program grow, thrive, and be part of leveraging a multi-million-dollar presidential initiative. Impact? No, I'd suggest to you that's outsized impact. And it's exactly what hundreds of you here today and the thousands of donors who comprise our organization are doing every day in every community. You're creating outsized impact. Now, is the EEE Foundation certain of the results they would get when they invested? Of course not. But they had a vision, they had passion, they had knowledge, they had a partner they trusted, and like all of you, they had the freedom to take a thoughtful risk. At the conclusion of our session this morning, you're going to have the opportunity to visit the Hall of Outsized Impact, and you're going to hear firsthand stories from your fellow members about how they amplify their assets and resources every day to improve their communities across the country and around the world. Pay attention to the work of the EEE Foundation and the Dahl Family Foundation and the Breezy Point Disaster Recovery Fund and the Cedar Tree Foundation, the Kalina Foundation, the Patterson Foundation, and so many more that are in the hall. These are stories of people just like you who know the challenges and persevere, people who embrace collaboration and share passions. These are people and organizations that are having enormous outsized impact on main streets and back roads in their communities, which are really our communities. Their work is, they are, Exponent Philanthropy. So as we gather together for our first national conference since evolving from ASF, let's pause for a moment and think about what being an Exponent Philanthropist means to each of us, to our organizations, and perhaps most importantly, to the thousands and thousands of programs and people that our support helps. People like Ricky, who once in the BAM program flourished. He returned to high school and graduated. He then earned his bachelor's degree from Northeastern Illinois University. Today he's a phys ed teacher in the Chicago Public Schools and teaches martial arts to high school students, and he's pursuing his master's degree in physical therapy. So think about that for a sec. From potential gang member, life on the streets, or potentially worse, to being a productive member of the community and no doubt inspiring the next generation of people. So to help the Ricky in your community to be truly effective, to attempt to move the proverbial needle, to make a difference, to be an exponent philanthropist, I'll suggest requires 3 things on your part. First is the obvious. You need resources, both financial and otherwise. And beyond dollars, I mean the elbow grease, as I like to call it, that you put into your grant making. It's how well you work with those you invest in, how you partner with them, and then how hand in hand you crawl with them, and then you walk, and yeah, maybe you stumble, but you help each other get up, and you brush your clothes off, and you keep walking, and then eventually you start running with them towards that desired impact that you both share. After all, if you don't share the vision, why did you invest? And that vision or focus on what you want to accomplish is the second thing that you need. You may call it a mission or a passion, but in the end, if you don't have that focus, if you don't know what you want to accomplish, how can you ever gauge your success and your impact? And the third is all about leadership. Do you use your position to bring people together, to be a catalyst for change, to introduce grantees to others who can help them? Each of you has the capacity and the freedom to be a leader. And embracing that opportunity, I submit to you, is a gift, a responsibility, and what makes you an exponent who can leverage your assets to accomplish so much more than just giving money away. All of which begs the question, how do you do these things? Well, I think if you start by taking a look in the mirror, you're going to find that you already are in many cases. But first, you take advantage of the power of small. By choosing to operate in a lean manner, you have a special close relationship with your grantees. Continue to leverage that. Offer wise counsel and knowledge. Oftentimes, that's so much more valuable than money alone. Next, continue to take thoughtful risks. You know, unless you keep your cash, your portfolio, in an envelope under your mattress, which, by the way, has its own inherent risk of lost opportunity, you're probably taking risks with your funds. So why not with your grants? And you embody being an exponent philanthropist by partnering with other funders, with government, with business, and with grantees. And not every partnership means or has to mean total agreement. Many times a creative tension or actual differences in ideas improves the experience and the outcome. John Lennon and Paul McCartney played off one another and inspired the other to creative heights. Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill collaborated by building a relationship that allowed them to overcome differences and move this country forward. And Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are 2 women who developed their incredible comedic talents doing improv, which is a discipline that emphasizes the good of the group over the ambitions of the individual. So from partnerships comes collaborations, which gives you the ability to amplify your impact and make your grantees successful. And that success is going to shine back brightly upon you. As exponent philanthropists, you choose to make a big difference while staying small, leveraging your resources for outsized impact. As individuals and as a group, you represent the power of small. You make a difference, a big difference. You are the community of exponent philanthropy.
We represent the power of small.
Small.
The power of small.
We're making a
big difference.
We at Exponent Philanthropy are a community of collaborative funders.
We also get the opportunity to network, to discuss common challenges.
Exponent Philanthropy allows all of us to fight above our weight. We are passionate about investing in high-performing nonprofits that are serving low-income residents.
Really about giving back to the community.
We are working to create a movement where every person, business, organization can work to help children be reading on grade level by 3rd grade.
We are preserving history through historic roadside markers.
We are embedding change with 16 homeless serving organizations.
We are increasing access to healthy foods.
We're saving lives with Marrow Drives.
Oh yeah!
We are
Exponent Philanthropy.
Exponent Philanthropy.
We are Exponent Philanthropy.
We have outsized impact.
Outsized impact.
We have outsized impact.
Yep. A powerful network of thousands having outsized impact on society's biggest challenges. That's you, the practitioners and members of Exponent Philanthropy. As a membership organization, your organization, we continue to support you and all funders who make a big impact while staying lean. Regardless of the giving vehicle, or as we've learned, multiple vehicles many of you use, or where you are on your philanthropic journey, we remain committed to providing the valuable resources and connections you need to make every minute and every dollar count. That has not changed, nor will it, except that as we grow, the opportunities for collaboration and shared learning expands for all of us. And at the heart and strength of our community are the relationships we hold with you and you with each other that are based on trust, responsiveness, and mutual benefit. And it's those relationships and the respect for the profound differences you make in your communities every day that inspires us and fuels our motivation to guide, connect, and champion your efforts in addressing the needs of our society.